Lisa! Lisa!
Yeah, what's wrong?
Ain't nothing wrong. I'm just asking you what you want for dinner. Do you want soup today?
Soup? What kind of soup?
Lentil soup.
Lentil soup?
Yeah, lentil. You know lentil, lentil soup.
Well, I've heard of it before, babe, but I'm just saying, I never had it before.
Okay, well, do you want the lentil soup or not, Lisa?
Yes, okay, sure. You always manage to make something taste good. Okay, I'll take the lentil soup.
Woo! It is hot out here, little bro. Man, hot as ever out there. Woo!
Yo, E, where you at?
Yo, bro, I came home for lunch. I hit you back. Man, it's hotter than ever out here, man. I'm working out here like a heat. Man, what's that red stuff, man? Got it all smelling all good up in here and stuff. What's that stuff, man? It's lentil soup, E. You want some? Yeah! Look it up! Not so fast, big bro. You see, because I want to be first. Like, I want to be the first. Like, the first. Wait a minute. So what you saying is, like, I be you and then you be me, like you first? Like you first? Okay, man, you can be first. Man, let me get to some of this soup, man. I need to go back to work. Not so fast, bro. Pinky swear. Okay. You can be first. Give me that lentil soup, man. Wait a minute. I'm first. I am first. Praise God and Jesus, I am first. I've waited all my life for this day and I am finally first. Praise God and Jesus. Oh, happy day. Okay, so it went a little like that between Esau and Jacob, like major centuries ago, like before Christ ago. Esau was the worker, and Jacob kind of chilled in cribs and stuff, but he wanted that birthright. He just happened to be cooking a bean soup at the time that consisted of lentil, an ancient legume that has lasted to this day as a go-to staple on so many diner menus of today, like the current day. Now, the lentil is a smallish legume. It gets its name from the Latin lens. And as you can see, it has this signature concave shape, much like the cornea or the disc shape of our eyes. Hence, lentil. I get it. Everybody don't do beans. But legumes are a great source of iron and fiber, and it energizes. So why not?
Babe, what you doing down there?
Hold on. Let's just try it. Let's bean soup, y'all. Because today is legs day. Let's give these beans a workout.
Okay, babe, be careful.
Okay. All right, nice sized pot, and I've already got a little bit of olive oil in there. This is like 1/4 cup of a real good olive oil. I know that sounds like a lot, but it makes the base a little bit more decadent. And then if your heat gets too hot on your olive oil, then what I like to do is add in maybe a pat of butter in there to temper the heat. So what we're using as our base first, as we're building our stock, is 1 white onion, and then I got 1 diced up carrot, and maybe 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to start with the onion, and I'm pulling my fingers back just to make sure I don't cut myself, because today we're making lentil soup, y'all. It's real simple and it goes fast, and the best thing you want to do is do everything beforehand so that your cooking experience goes a little faster. Than a little carrot. What I like to do with my carrot is, circular carrots. So again, since I don't want to cut myself, then I'll cut my carrot this way first, and then I'll cut along lengthwise. And I want to come over here with my planks, cut again in like 1/8 pieces, and then dice. Now, nothing wrong with a rough chop. I don't have no problem with a rough chop. Okay, everything does not have to be so perfect and symmetrical. And then my garlic. Garlic has that little flimsy paper on it. You just simply break off that paper with the back of your knife, and then go into your garlic. Cut lengthwise, come back around. All right, look at that. That's my diced garlic. Again, rough chopped. Rough chopped garlic, rough chopped carrot, rough chopped onion, and all this goes into my pot. All right, so here's that pot. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because it's getting too hot. There's my onion. There's my carrot. So maybe like 2 to 4 carrots, 1 whole yellow onion or 1 white onion. It don't matter in this case. And then I let that saute a little bit. And then I'll drop in my garlic and get that a little stir. And let everything become fragrant and translucent. All right. All right, so it's almost like a nice soupy broth already, and nothing has even been added to it. I mean, that's a beautiful mixture because everything is blending, everything is translucent, everything is fragrant. So those are my carrots, my onions, and then my garlic. So we're gonna add on something else now. We're gonna take it up a notch. Kick it up a little bit with 2 teaspoons of cumin. And just drop that in there. All right, so that's those 2 teaspoons of cumin in there, which like lends a smokiness to it. Like I can already smell the smokiness of the cumin. That goes in, and then we bring in curry. I love the smell of curry. So that's like 1 teaspoon of curry. You don't want to go too much of that. So I got 1 teaspoon of curry, and then I got some dried thyme. Now this is up to you how you want to use thyme. I got dried thyme right here. I'm just gonna do a pinch. But if you happen to have some fresh thyme, I ain't mad at you. I prefer fresh. So I got some fresh thyme in there as well, and then I'm gonna give that a little stir. And if you come in here, now we starting to get some color. Now the curry is adding a little bit of like an amber texture to it, and then I got the carrot that's all reduced down along with the onion, and then I'm gonna add just a little bit, just a pinch depending on how you like your heat content. A little bit of red pepper flake. Just a little bit. Oh, a little bit more. Stir that in and let that reduce. All right, so vine ripened tomatoes. That goes in next. Now, here's the thing about tomatoes as I'm chopping it here. I like using vine ripened, but that's a nice fresh taste. And the other thing about the Daniel fast is this. The whole acidity thing. Technically, I mean, this is up to you. This is your choice. If you want to have this acid component in there, maybe since this is the first show, this will help us, get to understand, okay, I can't have this in here. But just to give you an idea of what lentil soup is supposed to be, it should have fresh tomato in it. Today, we're gonna go ahead and use like a lightly drained, same thing, crushed tomato that goes in here. So we'll take this crushed tomato, 14, 28 ounces, depending on the size of the can. That goes into that onion and carrot and garlic mixture, along with the curry and the thyme and the red pepper flakes. Give that a good stir. And we're building our lentil soup. All right, so if you guys can get in there, Chris, get in here real good. If you get in here, you can see what I was talking about. How small these beans are, these legumes are, this lentil, and then that's that concave shape, almost like a lens. Okay. Now these little jewels right here go into that tomato, carrot, onion, garlic mixture that we've been, reducing right here. Look at that. Look at that. All right, so we're gonna use like 1 cup of dried legumes or dried beans. So they could be either brown lentil or green lentil. They come in a bag like this, like a dry bean, and they don't need to be soaked. They just need to be, picked and rinsed. So that's 1 cup. I add that to the tomato, garlic, onion mixture. Everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool. These little jewels in the pool. And then I'll give that a stir with that tomato mixture. Ooh boy. Then 4 cups of vegetable stock. Now you can use chicken stock. For this recipe, we're just gonna use 4 cups of chicken stock. So all you need is like a 32-ounce container of vegetable stock. You're using vegetable stock. Look at that nice golden brown color. I love it. That's 4 cups. All right, you don't need anything bigger than that. If it's 64 ounces, it's too much. And then to kind of balance out the vegetable stock, we add 2 cups of water, or 1 cup, 2 cups. Because what's going to happen is those beans are going to start plumping up, and it's going to take the space of all that water. All right. So, got the beans in, got the tomatoes in, got the mixture that we talked about earlier. Going to come back, and then we're going to plate in a little bit, guys. All right, so let's talk about greens. Not the mustard, not the turnip, but the almighty collard. Now, I still got my soup going on over there, and I'm gonna show you guys the soup consistency in a minute. But I just want to do this first in advance, so when I get back to the soup, you see how this works out. Now, collard is this big elephant ear, leafy type Hosanna, Hosanna, Zana, Zana, ho type leaf. All right, and so then there's this rib in here, this real thick rib. I think that's what scares people. So what I want to do is cut the rib out. Okay, get rid of him. I'll do another one for you. Cut that stalky rib out of there. Now, there's nothing wrong with that part. I'm just saying. You'll see what I'll do after this. I'm gonna get over here. Here's another. That one is not too bad. And here's a real stalky collard with that rib in there. I don't want that part today. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do is set those aside. I don't need those parts, but I'm gonna layer these leaves on top. My collard greens on top. Maybe a little bit for texture. And I don't know how he got in there. Cut him out the picture, take him out the picture. And then I'm gonna roll. Like that. So, woo! All right, so my lentil stew is still going over there. It's been going for like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. And I haven't dropped any of these collards into that stew yet. But I want to have this ready in advance because it's all about prep. So I'm just getting my collards ready, and then I'm going to do something with that stew over there to kind of like, you know, bring everything together. But I want to have this kind of out the way. So remember when we took out the stalks, and then I, you know, fold it in like this, almost like a grape leaf type fashion, kind of like in a roll. And I'm just gonna take my knife and cut nice wide bands like that. All right, nice bands. All right, and then so what I get when I roll it up like that is what looks like this. If I want to cut it a little bit more, I can. But it depends on, you know, your personal taste. It depends on, you know, if you like it, the wide bands, or if you want to chop it down a little bit more, you can always chop it down a little bit more. The whole point of this is to have some kind of, some kind of color in here and some kind of texture to accompaniment the lentil. And this is just going to cook down in our soup. So that's what you want. All right. Okay. So look in here, guys. Look in there. That's that red stuff. That's that red stuff. So my pot is still going over there with that soup mixture, but I'm taking 2 cups out of there to food process. Just food process. Just to, you know, kind of lawnmower it down so that I can have 1 part, you know, soupy, 1 part texture. So I give that a quick blend, and what happens is I get something like this, and then I put that reduction right back into my pot. I go over there to that pot, put this right back in there, and I'm eating in like 10 minutes from now. So let's get this into that pot. Let's do this. Ooh, look at that red stuff.
Babe, it's looking good.
Man, I didn't put them collars in there. Remember them collars I stripped up earlier? That's them up in there, man.
It's looking good.
That's them.
Want to be starting
Something. You got to be starting something. Got to be starting something. Got to be starting something.
Too high, too low.
Yeah.
Okay, babe, we messed up the song because I don't know it.
Yeah.
But it's looking good.
Okay.
It's looking good.
Stir that around.
You starting something.
Woo!
You doing it.
See how them beans all thicken up? It's a soup now. You was afraid at first how this gonna turn out to be a soup. All right, let that. Yeah, it's cold as ever out here. Don't feel like cold it is out here? As soon as I get in the house, I'm getting some of that red stuff, some of that lentil soup. soon as I get in the house. The cool thing about soups and stews is they taste even better the next day. And here's a tip. Like on the day your soup is done, turn off the heat and let it cool down. Then cover and refrigerate once it's cooled down. This way, you don't shock the refrigerator temperature or the soup, because soup would be like, wait, do you want me to be the hot church or the cold church? I can't be in the middle. I can't be sometime. Which is it? So in essence, you're safely storing and cooling your stew or soup. When it comes to food safety and serving loved ones, we got to do our best to avoid the dreaded food illness or contamination. It's just safe practice. Oh, and can we also say that, you can freeze this too. When it's cooled down. All right, let's give this a taste.
Hey!
Yeah? All right. I see that red stuff in there that Esau was talking about. That's the tomato and stuff. But this is good. The collards like give it real density and kind of like widens out the flavor. This is good stuff. It is a stew because those little concave legumes, they thicken up and they get real. You know what? This actually reminds me. I got food in my mouth. When I was going through that time in college, where I wasn't eating meat at all, and I would get lentil stew or lentil soup, and this tastes just like back in the day. Now, here's the thing with lentil stew, okay? None of this. None of this. Crushed red pepper flakes. Little olive oil. And some water. I need my blanket, Lisa, after this. All right. 1,126. 1,126. 1,127. 1,127. 1,128. 1,128. 1,129. 1,129. 1,130. 1,130. Hey, what up, my Covenant fam? So, lentil soup is in the books. But before I go, I just want to remind us that the Daniel fast is a spiritual thing. It's not about, y'all, I'm going to do this Daniel fast because I need to lose this weight before Easter get here. And it's not about counting calories. It's not about that at all. It's a holistic approach that helps us dial back on our food vices and focus more on eating to live rather than living to eat. So in the end, we glow more, focus more, seek God more because of our minds are clear and we begin to see stuff from holistic perspectives. Our pastor Damon tells us we should make sure we ease into this. So talk with your doctor so you can make sure you're getting everything you need to experience the fast. It's not all that hard. I mean, you're just eating clean. That's all you're doing, just eating clean. So no cans, no boxes, no fast food, no TV dinners, no cake and pie emporium, just clean. Lisa, is it 1,129 or is it 1,130?
It's 1,130.
1,130?
Mm-hmm.
Like 1,130?
Yes.
Like 11:30?
Yes.
Okay. 11:30. All right, man, I'm going to take this tie off, man. Lord, this pandemic, it made me forget how to tie a bow tie. Jesus.